on EA Sports. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Carolina Panthers.
On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Young wasting no time, right to the air. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
On second down, Young again. Throw left side, complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Young to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now inside the 25. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Carolina. Adam Thielen. 72 yards. And the Panthers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Now Lewis selects to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Etienne to start the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Bobby Brown on the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Back to the ground with Etienne. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what you're playing.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tank Bigsby taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guy scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll run with Etienne. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Young now from the 50. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devon Hamilton drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On play action, Lawrence. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Straight ahead, Etienne. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence buying time to his left. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Lawrence will throw. That's caught at the 3. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal is to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A give to Etienne running right. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Now Young. Checks this down to Hubbard. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, Young. This is caught by McMillan. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing, Young. That is caught by Thielen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now a first down throw for Young. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's Young from the shotgun. He'll get that underneath Etienne. Had a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Young now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble from 21 yards away. And the Panthers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Now Lewis selects to return it. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lawrence. He completes it to Hunter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hunter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second? There he goes, left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Again, it's Lawrence. Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The try here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Etienne up the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. On first down, right back to Etienne. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Off the play fake, Young lets it fly for Thielen. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5. And that is going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Now Young. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. First and 10, Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hubbard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Another tote for Etienne. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A give running right, Etienne. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. looking to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Screen play. Here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A quick throw here out to Brown. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Here's a give to Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Here's Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Hunter. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. yards there, just like last play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Bigsby will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Young on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that will be incomplete as well. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So now Young and the Panthers down by 11, just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Oh, they'll run the screen with Hubbard. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now Young. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Young. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Young. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Now 2nd down and a few inches. To throw, Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. This is 1st and 10. Now here's Young. He'll find McMillan here. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And it's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Young will set to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll run with ETN. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Jags have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. One last shot for Young. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.